Welcome back in the Dutch IT channel studio. My name is Danny Frietman, and today I talk with the organization Megaport. And I have someone live in my studio, Gary Taylor, who I introduce shortly. Gary, good to have you live in the studio. You are a senior engineer, a senior solution engineer. Yep. Could you explain us what you do exactly at Megaport?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a solution architect at Megaport, coming up to 3 years now. I provide technical consulting, guidance, design services to my prospects and customers in a pre-sales and a post-sales environment. Essentially, they come to me pass on a business problem, and then I would actually deliver a technical solution for them. I think in the context of Megaport, what is great is that we've got so much automation built into the platform that a lot of the day-to-day activity is all done by the customer. So when they come to me, it's normally quite bespoke, very distinctive, non-standard type technical requirements. So it makes it quite interesting for me.
I can imagine. For the audience, because who don't know Megaport as well as you do, Gary, could you explain in short what Megaport does?
Yeah, sure. So we're simply a networking as a service provider. So we deliver the ability for customers to connect to cloud, to connect to other parts of their network in a very simple, easy to use manner.
Could you explain us what the variety is looking at networks currently in the market?
Yeah, so I would say you're looking at the typical public network, so the internet, and then you're also looking at a private network, so your classic enterprise wide area network. Advantages of the public network or the internet obviously would be cost. Coverage is very good compared to what it was 5 or 10 years ago. It's very easy and simple to use. Yeah. Disadvantage, obviously, it's an open network where everyone is invited, so you've got a serious security concern. And quality, network quality, is pretty poor. It's very inconsistent. You might get very good quality at region A, but that's not going to translate to the same experience at region B. Then obviously from a private network, here you're looking at, the advantages obviously would be security. It is private, so it's inherently more secure than the internet. And then your network quality is very good. So you're getting guarantees on how that network would perform over time. Disadvantages, I think, would be cost, very expensive typically. Coverage is not so good, so you'll never be able to maintain the same type of network in one part of the world to the other. And are not very agile. So by agile, I mean not very quick to turn things around, quick to change, not very adaptable. From a Megaport perspective, what we provide is a private network. We provide access to public cloud providers like Azure, AWS, and then we give that simple, easy-to-use format which customers are used to for the internet. We give that ability through our platform. Yeah.
We're talking now specifically on the term NaaS, network as a service. And one of the benefits is called security, which you just mentioned. Are there other benefits, Gary, that we should mention in light of the NaaS Megaport proposition?
Yeah, look, I think flexibility and scalability, definitely one of the key advantages when you're going to an as-a-service model, be it networking or even just simply a software as-a-service model. I think you've got advantages like software automation. So there's a lot of work being done in the background that would deliver services for you, which you normally would have had to have done yourself. Global coverage, so you can design and provision quite complex IT services in all 4 corners of the globe from your laptop. I mean, you could do that now. Well, you could have done that in the past, but obviously you do that would have been very expensive and very long time to deliver. Beyond that, I'd say just the whole concept of self-serve, the ability to build something yourself, quite limitless possibilities as well. Yeah. So obviously from a Megaport perspective, what we're providing is a private network. We provide a simple, easy-to-use platform to consume cloud services. And logically, security becomes an additional benefit of that.
Yeah. If one of the questions also our audience had to you, Gary, is about the firewall. Is the firewall part of the overall NaaS proposition Megaport carries toward the market? And is it that important?
I would say, by all means, what we are offering now with a firewall as a service type model, what it's providing is, in addition to the inherent security advantages of private networks, we now give the customers the ability to actually add an additional security overlay on that. What it means is that customers can now, in addition, deliver much better security. There's probably an argument that in the past there was a mindset of certain customers that would feel that certain types of data or services would not be valid or very cloud friendly. Quite often there are technical limitations of that, but generally it was more the mindset. Just this whole concept of my data need to stay with me. And I think now we're seeing that evolution, that change of thinking when it comes to delivering virtualized firewall services. Customers can now add additional security overlays on their private networks, and they can obviously do that through Megaport in exactly the same way.
Also looking at the time, Gary, if you look at this current security trends in the world, right? What themes or what trends do you think Megaport will focus on the next coming years?
Well, I mean, there's a lot more to focus on. I think just offering more capability with what we're doing now. We deliver more automation in the back end, more choice of vendor for delivering security services. That's about it, really.
Yeah, great. Gary, thank you for being here in the studio.
Okay,
I think it's great to have a first glance of Megaport. So we'll probably have more talks in the near future.
Sounds good.
Gary Taylor from Megaport, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Also, please listen to our podcast.